Hello friends, welcome back. So I'm going to continue from the last video in which we have covered how to enable or how to configure Spring Boot H2 in memory database, and even we have played with the H2 console. But now in this video we'll talk about what we'll do. We'll first go and create some SQL like a database, and we'll insert some records into the tables. Okay, so let me just go and first make sure that we are using the correct database. Yes, H2DB, and the console is H2. Okay, so good. H2DB console, let me just see. Okay, so it's working fine. Now if you see, we do not have any database here. So now in this video we'll learn how to create a database that you can use in your development environment. Same way, same approach you can follow in your working environment. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we'll go and create a SQL file here. So other, and then type SQL. So SQL file. Next, so we'll first go and create an SQL file called schema.sql. Finish. So what I'm going to put is, like here I will put this SQL to create a table in the database. Table name is OK Computing, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. Save. And we are going to create, now if you guys are seeing here, like I'm putting my SQLs inside the resource folder, so you have to do same. Now I'm going to create another SQL file, and I'll call it as data.sql, and I'll put my insert statement in this file. So this is how it is. Okay, now in case if you want to drop your database always, you can simply go and write one more statement here, drop table if exists. Okay, but for now I'll keep it just, I'm not going to drop my database. And here is my SQL statement. I'm inserting some records in OK Computing table. Okay, so now what I have to do is simply I'll just restart the application, and then let's see what happens. Start Spring Boot, run as a Spring Boot application, and then let's see what happens. Okay, it is started. Console, localhost, H2 console. Just make sure that you are pointing to the correct database. Test, connect. Now if you see, right now you can see that we have one table in place called OK Computing, and if I click on this table, I'll see the columns like ID, name, email. Now let me just run this SQL. Run. You can see the data here, right? It's so simple. So like you can make use of same things. You can simply create two files. One is schema.sql, where you can put your schema details like your tables that you want to create, that you want to be there in place, and one more file called data.sql if you want to have some like. But again, make sure that you are following my previous videos in which we have covered how to enable the H2 console. And if you guys are very new, just see that we need to add two dependencies in pom.xml file. One is H2 dependency, and another one is Spring Boot starter data.jp dependency. And in the application.properties, we have configured the database like database URL, driver class name, username, and password. Just make sure that you are pointing to the same database in your H2 console. Okay, and apart from that, there are few other, like this dependency is to enable the H2 console. This is just to change the console path so that I can directly access by putting this value in my URL. And these two are additional properties that you can have if you want, or if you do not want, there is no problem at all. So simple, right? This is how you can create a static like a table, and you can insert, or you can initialize your database with some records. It's so easy, right? Now, so this is the one way. Now let me just do one thing. So there is a problem with this approach. What I want to say is, okay, let me just go to my console and let me just insert some records here. So what I will do, I'll simply take this SQL here, and I'm going to insert one more record. Okay, so I'm just going to insert one more record here in this table, and I'll call it as searching just I'm just giving some random number. I don't care about all this. Searching master. Okay, whatever it is, you can just run. Let's say there's a problem. Okay, inserted, select. Now I can see that we have one more record in the table in this database. But the problem is like, okay, let me just close this browser and let me access S2 database. What happens? Connect, computing, run. Okay, things are good. Now let me just restart this one. I'm just restarting my application one more time. Okay. Let me just go back and open localhost S2 database. Let me click on connect, computing, select. Now you see, if you remember, you have created another entry called Sachin, which is not here. Now it's gone. Why? Because this S2 database, now these three entries, why? Because we are executing data.sql every time we are starting this application. So 10 or 20 records, and if you just restart, like, or you want to continue on your work like whatever you're doing tomorrow morning, then that will be a problem because you won't have your data retained. So this is the challenge with the S2 database, that is not by default, it's not going to store your data. Now if you want to keep your data, if you want your data to be with you, so basically now if you want your data to be there always, like, then you have to do something. That what you have to enable, or you have to make use of, in place of memory database, you should go and use something called file system. Okay, so I think that we can cover in the next video because it should take some time. So what I'm going to do, I'll just like finish this video here only, and then I'll create another video, and in that video we'll talk about how to purchase the data in S2 database. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you for watching, and bye for now.